Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Talkin' Town. I'm here with my co-host Steven, and we're here to kind of talk about what we've done in, I guess let's say it's not been a full week, but this week in Star Wars Unlimited. What you been up to, Steven?
Not a whole lot, other than obviously the showdown that we discussed last
Hmm.
show, and continue to play around with testing some stuff in preparation for Step 4.
Yeah. What'd you play at the
hmm
showdown? Did you actually run back what you had said you were gonna do on Saturday?
I did. I did play the Ray Tarkin town. Like I said, just play what I enjoyed. So that yeah, it was a nice, enjoyable event.
Good, good. And I ended up playing Vader as well that day, and we both made top eight. And we both got knocked out in top eight, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool. To the same. I guess you got knocked out in top eight. What did you play against? It was
I played
Sabine.
against Sabine. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Well, that was. At least it's a reminder that Sabine exists. Not everyone on our
Right.
local area plays it. I'm glad to see it though. It's like
hmm
it. You get comfortable when the locals stop playing some of the like Sabines and the Yellow Hans and all the Django decks, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden they come all out at once at the.
Right, they got to keep everybody honest because you can't just all not play the best decks and whatnot. So
Yeah, I rolled in with Vader Tarkin Town. I was like, this will be kind of fun. I'm hoping everybody's bringing it down just a little bit. Nope, nope.
no,
I I think
uh,
I played against Han Yellow. Um, I played against Django Green. One of our locals was playing that. He's very good with Django in general, but I think Daniel just likes to run Villain Green and Villain Yellow and just see what he can do. That'll make you just sad.
yeah. I mean, he'll play what's good. He might play something a little bit unexpected, so it's not the best thing. He usually doesn't run stuff back exactly the same
True,
because
very
we joked
true.
around. We joked around last show that Daniel just wins. So at least he doesn't just take the same deck every time and smash us.
Honestly,
Same thing.
that's probably what's even scarier about it is that he
True.
knows he's very good on the cycle that I know we talked about it last time, just like the meta call and like how decks fall in and out of prevalence, and he's been really good on that ahead of many of probably the players in the area, and it's just interesting to see. It's one of my, like I said, my favorite things about the game. And then yeah, I mean we both got eighth. There was, I want to say, 18 people, which is actually pretty nice. We
Yeah,
haven't
it was good.
for a little like showdown, especially right at the end of the season. So
Mhm.
one more Gore promo to throw in my binder. But
So, I know you said you played against Han Yellow and Boba Green. What was your breakdown for the event? What'd
oh,
you play each round and win and
hmm,
loss?
round one, I played against Rex, 30 HP green. That was really cool. He actually like was able to go really wide. I really like Rex. I don't see the deck being like obviously incredibly meta, but like I would hope that one day it has a breakout strategy. Um, I think Tarkin Town obviously just deals with those units that he's meant to try and stick a unit and then get the coordinates off to make them bigger, and then deploy Rex and hit you for a lot. Um,
Just just quick caveat on that to pause. We actually did have mono of every color at the
we
event
did.
too, because you were playing Vader Red, he was playing Cody Green.
Hmm.
We had obviously Han Yellow, and then we had a Blu-ray player.
Well,
So
we
that
did.
was
That's right.
yeah.
And I actually ended up playing. So I played the Django Green on round two, and that was Daniel. And then round three, I played the Mono Blue player, or the Mono Blue Ray player, and she's super nice. I love Mono Blue Ray. It was a deck I played a decent amount in set two. Hoping that, I mean, Ray as a hero gets more this next set, but I hope that double blue finds its way back in the meta. But we'll see. And then round 3 was my oh my gosh, I did run the whole gambit. I didn't play against the double red, but I played the double red. So
You played
yeah,
Han Yellow round 4. That's
yeah,
right.
wow, okay, interesting. Yeah, I ended up going 2-2, and I was barely eighth place. So then we played a top 8. And what did you play against in your Swiss rounds?
So round 1, I played against Sabine Green. So uh, the eventual champion actually is who I played round 1.
Oh, there you go.
So I won that 2-0. Round 2, I played against Anakin Yellow,
Ooh,
which
Annie
I won
Banani.
2-0. Yeah, it was definitely interesting. He was running a lot of upgrade hate, so it was
Really?
and yeah, he was running a fair bit of upgrade hate, and then he hit me with it. Now there are two of them at one point in the
Ooh.
game. So yeah. But I was able to uh, make it out alive. It was a little bit of a scary scenario in a few places. Then round 3, I played against Krennic ECL. I
Okay.
won that 2-0 as well. Um, and then final round, I played against Boba Green, which was Daniel, and I was hungry, so I just scooped because I was in top cut and I went and got food.
Hey,
So
so conserve your energy,
so
you know.
yeah, and then so I ended second after Swiss.
Okay. Well, there we go. And then, unfortunately, both of us got knocked out, but tournament ended up being 2 Sabines in the finals, which was actually really cool because it was one of our locals' first times. I think he said making top 8, but also being in the finals, let alone. And then
Well,
they were almost very similar lists, right?
yeah, because shout out to Marcus who
Mm-hmm.
got to the finals, unfortunately losing. He was the one that beat me in top cut.
Oh,
Um, it was his first finals, so awesome there. But he started his list off of the eventual winner. So they were running very similar lists. I know Marcus did make some changes, but then the other cool thing was the eventual winner, Miguel, uh, got his first showdown win.
hey, there you
He had
go.
gotten to finals like four or five times before that. Wasn't able to pick it up, so
Oh, good for him.
congrats Miguel for being able to lock that down.
Yeah, no kidding. And honestly, I think Gore is. I know he's not super played, but I think he's probably one of the cooler looking weekly or not weekly play showdown promos we've gotten. So that's awesome for both of them. So
Yeah.
cool. Well, I can't think of anything else like from the event. I mean, it was just always well run here in our Omaha tournaments. Um, unless you can think of anything, that's I still can't believe we had a mono color of each. That's really cool.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was. But yeah, I can't think of a scenario where we've had that before. I mean, I'm sure at your larger events, I'm sure it exists, but it's hard to keep track of
yeah,
knowing what everybody's playing when you get to that level and you don't know everybody.
of course. You know, always take care of the locals. They're the fun. They're sometimes the best reason to play a card game. So,
And shout out to John for running another great event.
as always. Well, I guess since this is kind of the wrap up of our Twilight, set, it'd be kind of good to notice that FFG at the end of every set, at least since the start of set 3 came out, they've kind of done like a meta update and report. And this week there was an article that came out. I can never remember. Is it Danny that released this article?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Basically went into detail about uh, all the data that they track, and as a competitive player, you can kind of go and look at SWU Competitive Hub, which is an awesome, fantastic resource that is run by players and community members. And it's good to know that they pay attention the same way we do now, and that I mean they noticed, like I kind of said at the last episode, was that Han Yellow is something that kind of was on everybody's radar, especially with the DJ interaction. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit more, Steven?
Yeah, so I'm sure most everyone's aware, but DJ is a mono yellow card that you can pay 7 resources for to seal an opponent's resource, and when it leaves play, they get the resource back. But with tech, you're able to smuggle him out for only 5, and because you're playing Han Solo as a leader, and you have to destroy a resource if you've utilized his either his leader side or have attacked with his deployed side, you can destroy your opponent's resource, and you as a player effectively now up 2 resources on your opponent from that play. So
Including
it's
taking one of theirs.
Right. I think it's a net 2.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a net 2, and then yeah.
Advantage. So yeah, it's not the most enjoyable interaction on the opposing side of it. So
Even
I
when
know
you
they
see
mentioned.
it coming, it can still just it's not uninteractable by any means,
No.
but your turn 1 and your turn 2 plays matter so much into that matchup that if they cannot deal with that, then you do present a problem for yourself. That there's Tarkin Town helps a lot, but
Yeah, because
yeah.
when you're at 5 resources and or trying to think of the math. So you'd be at, I think, 4 resources. They'd be at 6 there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. Yeah. Even if you hit
Yeah.
the 5 resource turn, then they're on 5 as well. Assuming they didn't ramp. Assuming they're not. I mean, I guess that would be.
Well, if
I
they
mean,
have the ideal,
yeah.
they can do it at 5 resources. Well, technically 4 because you can Han effect
Mm-hmm.
to go to 5, play your DJ,
And then put
uh,
you at 6.
put you at 6,
Deploy.
deploy Han, go to 7, uh, and then yeah, you're at 6 at the end of the turn, and your opponent's at 4
Yeah.
still.
My
Or yeah, still 4.
my biggest concern, at least with the interaction that obviously that you just described, was that still the manipulation of the resources after you've taken someone else's resource is still like something that they. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure they're paying attention to the community feedback, and it's still a feels bad moment in on top of a feels bad situation. So maybe we'll see something in the future. I mean, as they also explained in that article, and I think another article that came out a week ago was that the power curve in this set is supposed to be something that's like much higher than set 1 through 3. So it'll be interesting to see if Han Yellow actually does take a back seat. But I'm not entirely sure about that just quite yet.
It's interesting too, because at least the sentiment that I've gotten towards the end of the set is uh, Han Green is what everyone's
Hmm.
thinks is going to be the best colors for next set.
Yeah.
At least from who I've spoken to, I still definitely think mono yellow will be good and strong, but having green, you get some access to some, you know, really strong green cards that
Oh
are coming
yeah.
out in the new set, and you get resupply, so you can even get ahead even more with Han. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And I mean, I think you guys can go look out and see. There's a lot of content creators right now going through and reviewing all of the new legendaries that are coming out. There's tier lists of leaders, draft possibilities, and so much more information provided by so many, you know, very qualified people. I think that most of, not all, uh, combinations of either, like, let's say, your hero vigilance, your hero command, just about every different archetype kind of got some attention in this set. I'm not going to say they're all winners. I'm going to say that the card pools have definitely expanded in a productive manner, though. It I mean, particularly with green, what cards are you looking at that Han might be thinking about going into set 4?
Well, cards to consider again. I haven't really looked at
Mm-hmm.
Han Green lists specifically to see what exactly you're taking out for the new set, but I mean, just some really strong green cards out of the set. You have your Luke Skywalker pilot.
You do.
So if they do have the out to your probably Falcon,
Yeah.
you still
Your
get a
turn
ground
one
unit.
Falcon still.
Yeah, your turn one Falcon. If they get rid of it pretty effectively, and you had Luke on it, cool. You're
Yeah.
able to get a ground unit out. You have Chewbacca to
Oh, that's
prevent
yeah.
annoying bouncing or defeating, and then you also have what is it, Blue Leader, which is just a very good card on its own accord. So
I'm hoping that Blue Leader is impactful early, like into this meta, but then I think we're gonna start to learn to evolve around him. I think that once people start realizing that a 5/5 with ambush still has its like limits, you know what I mean? That it's going to be a great card no matter what. But I think we're going to see it get kind of limited down as time goes on. But
I think it's just going to be great.
I hope so.
I just yeah.
I think it's going
unless
okay.
space just isn't as good this set for some unknown reason. Can't imagine why that would be the case. Everyone believes Django's going to be the best deck, so
Yeah, Django and there's some that it feels like they're just starting to sneak in, but I think Django. I think we mentioned it in the last one. Is obviously it's gonna be a problem, and I think the War Juggernaut specifically. I can't think of an interaction that is stronger in the game right now. I can't think of an interaction that would make me more upset, but it's what we're gonna play with. So
yeah. I mean, it's also still really good with the IG 2000.
mm-hmm.
If Django's flip, you tap everything down. Thankfully,
Yeah,
you could only tap down one unit if it hits 3 via the Django effect on his leader side. So
yeah.
thank goodness.
As long as once he's deployed, though, that's I don't know. Triple Dark Raid will be. It's such an interesting card. I'll just leave
It's
it at
very
that.
good.
Yeah, it is. I remember during set 2, everyone's like, "Whoa, Triple Dark Raid is a whole new like deck," you
Yeah.
know, and then it died off for almost most of set 2, and then right at the end it came back, just to kind of remind people that it was there, because like Tarkin and Boba at the time, like
Yeah.
and then I mean it did well in PQs. I remember that was part of Boba's whole color spectrum, that it was able to take PQs in every single one of them. Well, speaking of these fancy cards that Triple Dark Raid is going to basically be bringing out, we have some discussion points about the Carbonite boxes now that people are starting to basically hit the forefront. I mean, I'm seeing them in cell groups. I'm seeing them in cool Star Wars Facebook groups. I'm seeing them in Discords, channels, everywhere. Serialized cards, the hollows. These, I'm gonna be honest, these Carbonite booster boxes, or the displays, look pretty stacked. Have you looked into, I guess, any of the card values, or have you seen any of these going around yet?
I haven't looked too intently at how things are looking from a post pull rate. Uh, I know I've heard some numbers flying around for some of these serialized cards, which uh, is seems a little wild to me. I mean, I'd say understandable for where we're at, and
No.
things will, I'm sure, settle down a little bit. But with how the anticipation is for the limited printing and everything, it's not overly surprising.
I agree with you. The some of the like the pricing I'm seeing on some of these serialized cards of like 1,000, 1,200, 1,300. I'm like, this is like showcase prices when the game came out. Like it feels like we're back to like we've peaked. We've gone down. we're peaking back again at it, basically card value excitement for people, which is really cool to see. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna buy something for that much. I do want myself a prestige black one, but it's not gonna be. It might be a shiny one, but not a serialized one, unless I miraculously pull it out of a pack. I'm probably not gonna buy.
Right. Yeah. I can't see a scenario where I would buy the serialized cards. If I were to buy them, it's probably because I want to play them, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would be so annoyed to have uh, serialized versions of a card with a different number on each one.
Oh, dude,
That's
now that you
that's
say that, I can't do it. Oh,
like, so that's the scenario where you're like, no, I want to play a serialized card because I pulled it, and you play that only one, and you get just foil prestige for the other ones.
yeah. Nope,
So
nope. Immersion broken. It's that
yeah,
all my cards have to match. If
right.
I'm not saying they all have to be hyperspace, but at least the playset in the deck all has to look the same, or else I am not a happy camper or not a happy card player. There we go.
Right. It's so funny too, especially when uh, when you're starting to bling out your deck or hyperspace out your deck, and you're almost there, and maybe there's only these select cards uh, that you need to
Right.
still bling out or whatever, and you draw them in a game, and you're like, ugh, I hate these cards. I'm gonna just resource them.
Exactly. You can't. Yep.
There is a mental sentiment to just being like, I just don't like this card because it's
The,
different.
the only one that I'm like I know that I can't like look back and be like I shouldn't have resourced that because I didn't like the way it looked. It's always just like legendaries. I'm like, oh, this is a good card. I know it's a legendary. I should probably keep it. But yeah, my the disparagement in between when you draw two cards that are the same card but they're different is catastrophic for me.
Yeah.
I am excited though. Uh, I mean, the pull rates on these things look pretty crazy. I was looking at, I mean, just the amount of legendaries. Obviously, you get your prestige card every pack, which I think was probably FFG's smartest decision they could have made. Uh, these packs are pretty loaded for $25, and while the pre-release prices are pretty high, uh, I think in a what's called a EV or effort value or expected value sense, I think the boxes could be breaking even, if not going above, depending on the serialized card that you pull. But I don't know. I have a feeling. Obviously, we're going to trend down in within the next 2 weeks, but that'll come down to the the quantity that we don't know that FFG has made of this product.
Yeah, that's the thing. We really don't know. It just the more I hear about it, it sounds like it is more limited than we
Mm-hmm.
are understanding, which I'm both excited for, but at the same time disappointed.
Yeah,
Because
that's the power of FOMO, though. They're gonna they're gonna get you, but that's okay.
I just yeah, I like the element that it'll because it's limited, stuff will retain their value, and that's kind of the one worry that I potentially have so far is we've seen a big drop in prices of cards in general, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll be nice to see some things maintain value because of Carbonite packs, but um, because of the Carbonite packs as well, you'll also just have more of things like showcases and
Yeah,
hyperspace, legendaries, etc. So
I hope it tanks the price of showcases so that I can buy some.
yeah,
I
for the
want.
cube,
Yeah,
full showcase leaders for the cube.
no, 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 no. Nope. Can't do that. That'd be fun though. One day the cube will get as time continues to, march on forward, I can slowly begin acquiring hyperspaces that are out of format, and if one day the game is over, then I'll just bling the rest of it out for the hell of it. So, it'd be fun. Um in the discussion or the question for this topic, at least, to carbonite or not to carbonite, I would like to suggest that for those who are financial stable or financially, obviously, willing to make that jump, I think this product, at least until we learn uh, truly the scarcity of it, this product is probably a stable investment in regards to. This is not financial advice, obviously, but this is a product that I will expect to see hold its value. And if it doesn't, then it won't take very long to go back up. That's my opinion of it. Just being in the card game space and former online TCG player seller space, I think that you could expect a growth out of this product within maybe a few years, maybe a year, depending on truly the numbers we're talking about here. So, but at the end of the day, I just play card games for a living. Not even a living, just for fun.
So are you planning on buying any?
If I could afford to do so, I would. I would gladly buy at least two. But at this time, since I'll be going to the sector qualifier, I have to save money for that instead. So
Understand.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm backing a product I'm not even buying. But
Well, everybody has a different financial situation. So I know for myself, I'm planning on getting one box. The devil on my shoulder is telling me to get a second box because
let
my
us draft
brain.
the other one.
Well, my brain is like, well, I think this is a good product for value, and I want to buy one and kind of just hold on without opening it to see how things play out.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really help my need to crack open boosters. So get the second box to subside that need, and then I'm planning on getting three boxes of just the regular set to fill out commons and uncommons.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I also like about the Carbonite booster is instead of just trying to farm for these prestige cards or serialized or showcases, you're getting these cards that are almost always going to give you something that you don't already have, right? Especially if you're trying to fill out your base set, because everything will be foil or hyperspace. I know
Exactly.
myself,
Yeah.
I love the hyperspace cards, so it's nice
Same.
that I can randomly fill in these hyperspace cards that I know I'm gonna want to help fill out. And well, I my my Ray
Yeah.
Tarkentown deck that I played, all
Yeah.
the set was fully hyperspace, so it'd be nice to be able to do that to not have to worry about buying the singles afterwards,
Yeah. I
or as
mean,
many.
like you said, you brought the cube up earlier. Like, my goal is to. It's a singleton cube, and I hope that one day all cards in it will be hyperspace. If hyperspace foil, but at least hyperspace. I think that's their best art style they've made so far. Not because Carbonites weren't out yet, but like I still just enjoy the cards probably more than I do the Carbonite cards, just or the Prestige cards, just because the whole deck, as we had talked about a little bit ago, is I can uniformly make one whole deck one style, which is my OCD feels much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I am genuinely excited. My background in card games has never had a tier above style product like this. Pokemon is always just unilaterally a single box, or I guess they have their version of an elite trainer box, which is kind of like a little bit more packs than our pre-release kits for anywhere between $50 to $70 right now. But those boxes still have the same packs. There's no difference in quality. It's just a smaller quantity of packs. No, it's really cool. I'm excited to go. I mean, obviously, our last topic here is that this is recorded on Thursday, so hopefully this weekend you guys all get to open up all your packs. I'm going to be at a pre-release tomorrow. Are you going to be at a pre-release tomorrow?
I won't be at a pre-release tomorrow. My current plans is I'll be at probably one Saturday and then one Sunday.
Okay. I think I'm going to try and be Friday, Sunday, and then maybe the next one following Wednesday. We'll kind of see. My schedule's kind of busy with family and stuff right now, but I am super excited just to. I it's always at the end of a set. I'm like itching to rip packs again, and I've got my 3 boxes of regular Jump to Lightspeed to rip hopefully pretty soon.
I know. I'm just excited to, get everything ready for the new set. Have the physical cards in my hand. I
Mm-hmm.
have always been somebody that loves the physical feel. It's never the same playing it, for, virtually, digitally. So
Hey, I
I think that just
yeah.
it just helps my process. And you mentioned your OCD. One of the things that I do is I alphabetize all of my cards and separate them based off of you know ground unit, space unit, event, upgrade.
Really?
So
I didn't know you
I
got that in
do.
depth into it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
get that in depth, and I'm kind of weirdly enough looking forward to doing that. And part of that
It's
too is with the new
relaxing.
set, you actually get to see every individual card when you do that.
Yes.
So it you don't just gloss over certain cards right off the bat.
I have a feeling that I mean this game is so easy to do that glossing because it's like in a span of what is Star Wars. It's like truthfully to the general public, there's not a lot, and they could easily get you know things confused. But to those who have been around or have watched like the Clone Wars and Rebels, and I guess the Resistance is the new show that Kazuda and I can't remember his name. What's the First Order?
I haven't. I
Von
haven't.
Reg, the new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those two leaders are from that. You have the new Ahsoka live action, and there's so much more in those shows that is brought to life in these cards that is so cool to see that it's like, hey, I watched that, you know, and the the wraparound there is that as I go through those cards, I'm like, oh, that is an iconic Star Wars moment that I mean, that maybe only I know, or that maybe only a handful of people know. Maybe it's just a hipster thing. I don't really know, but
Yeah.
it's
And if
nice
you
to see.
pride and if you pride yourself on being a Star Wars nerd, well, guess what? This game is a perfect way to up your trivia and knowing all the
Oh my
classifications of ships
gosh,
and characters' names and and all
it's
that.
so true. I when they announced the serialized cards, and once we finally got to the total 36 that they showed us, 36, right? Or is it 32? I think it's 36. Either way,
Was it that many? I was thinking in
yeah.
my head it was 16 or 17, but
No,
I trust you more than I trust
it's
me.
it's a long list. I was looking through them specifically to be like, all right, so the Falcon, if I'm not mistaken, is a white YT 1300, and I was like, that'd be sick to have, serialized Millennium Falcon, 130. It's
Hmm.
like that's its ship, or the 2400 or the there's so many different models. The black one obviously having the one, and I mean, you couldn't beat that. Or the home one, same thing. But
Right.
you know, who knows what those values will come out as in some of those. I'd be curious to see, and maybe that could be a prediction for our next episode. Is what do you think the highest costing? Uh, let's say we could do completed transaction, or at least the highest costing serialized card that you'll see somewhere on a market is going to be. What card maybe? If not, we could just do what that price is. It doesn't matter what the card is.
Um, highest costing one if I had to guess, because I feel like I'm cheating a little bit because I think I heard 1500 was posted somewhere for a serialized card. So I'm gonna say a nice even uh 2000.
Okay. I think that's a. I could see something going like that, especially like on the the edge of these next tournaments coming up, the sector qualifiers. It's like, what do you think the price of a showcase Vader and Luke are going to be? You know, assuming someone does it. Uh, those could probably hit that number too, if not even higher. So nothing's out of the realm of possibility right now, but we'll see. Hopefully, some stabilization, and then I'd love to see the big hits. You know, the big numbers of like some of these things come out to play and be on the market. So
Yeah. If anyone gets a Vader or Luke showcase, I mean, there's only going to be one copy floating around for, uh,
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
at least, arguably at most 2 copies,
Mm-hmm.
between, after a 2 week period. So only 2 copies. I'd say it's safe to say they'd be over 5 grand.
I definitely, I could. I mean, they're, you know,
5 to 10 would be somewhere in there, my guess.
Yep. I could easily see that happening, and I just hope that either that goes to someone who enjoys playing the leader like a lot, or it goes to like a collector of someone who's like wanting. I mean, whoever earns it, congratulations. That's awesome either way.
Yeah.
But I would love to see like an actual Spark of Rebellion master set in one picture. Would be incredible to see with those added. Tomorrow, like I said, is our official launch day for Jump to Lightspeed. I think all of the anticipation and the hype coming into this has been incredible, and I'm just hoping that FFG truly does change the game in the way that they've talked about, and the way that you and I have talked about with locals and on here. I've got good feelings about it, and I just hope that when I open my pre-release packs, I get maybe like one legendary. That's kind of all I'm hoping for. How are you feeling?
I don't know. I guess I haven't really haven't really thought about it. Because since I usually get a decent amount of the set regardless.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, yeah, no, yeah, it'd just be nice to, at least for me, get a nice chase hyperspace of some kind. That
Yeah.
I think I'd value that a little bit more than, pulling a legendary.
You don't want another copy of Fire Assault?
Uh, what?
No, different set, but
No, I know.
yeah.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, everyone's got that legendary that's like, I've got 6 copies of this thing. It's just
Yep.
absolutely useless. Or it's like I just make money every time I pull it and I sell it,
Yeah.
But
So main thing for me is I'm hoping to get like a hyperspace Luke, hyperspace,
okay.
or I think you can get a hyperspace Chewbacca in the regular set.
I think
I
so.
know it was a starter card, but I think you
Yeah.
can get it as a hyperspace. And then probably the blue leader. I think those are probably the main ones that I
Ooh,
can think of off the top of my head.
that'll be a very pretty
That
hyperspace.
I'd love to be able to get a hyperspace out of pre-release. That's my hope.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Okay. You can't set the bar too high. Somehow though, what in the pre-releases you've pulled 2 showcases, right? Because I was there for a few of them.
Yes. So I pulled in set 2. I pulled 2 showcases. I pulled the Mando showcase first, and then I pulled a Fennec showcase. So those were the only showcases I got out of set 2, and then I pulled 1 showcase out of each of set 1 and 3 out of my boxes. So
okay.
yeah, I've been pretty successful with pulling showcases, at least 1 a set. So
Well,
I'll take it.
I'll go the days you aren't there. That way, I have a higher chance. Is basically what we're discussing now. Because I haven't seen a showcase pulled out of a box since set 2, so I'm desperately waiting. I think I've opened at this point probably 5 boxes. So, I mean, I'm not owed anything, but where I want something.
Yeah.
I want something cool.
I mean, that's still a fine pull rate. You're doing well still.
Yeah. I can't complain too much unless it's Luke. Then I'm gonna complain so much. I'm gonna complain. But Yeah. Like we said earlier, tomorrow is launch day, and we are going to kind of send you guys off with that. I also wanted to take a quick note. Thank you so much for all the feedback, the views, the subscribers, just chatting with us on the on the YouTube comments. It's all greatly appreciated. We took everything. I've hopefully have tuned Steven's volume enough that everyone can hear him. And if I didn't, I'm sure I'll hear about it again, which is perfectly fine. As long as you guys say hi in the chats, that'd be great. And Steven, do you have anything else before we kind of sign off?
Just everyone, good luck with your polls.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can, go out and support your local game store. They're the
Yes,
ones where everything takes place usually. So do your best if at all possible to do so.
exactly. I get my twin sons play match tomorrow. Thank you. You just reminded me. Yes.
Let's go.
All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good
See ya.
one.